This is your daily news reports of Tuesday, August 3rd. A new bill was introduced that will give more money to households making under $90,000 a year. It's called the Workers' Relief and Credit Reform Act, and we'll go over the details. The Republicans are celebrating because the states that cut off federal unemployment benefits early are seeing improvements in their unemployment rates. Continuing claims are down in these states, and continuing claims are up in states that are continuing to pay out the federal unemployment benefits. The U.S. government is expected to run out of money in 2 months. On Monday, the Treasury Department started emergency cash conservation protocols. The final text of the fiscal infrastructure bill was released. It's 2,702 pages long, and I'll give you a quick summary of what's inside. In our current events section, this is your Tuesday news, and I hope you're having a very nice day. Congresswoman Gwen Moore introduced the Worker Relief and Credit Reform Act. This bill, it was designed for low-income households, but it's supposed to expand to higher income levels. Currently, based on your income level and how many children you have, you receive an earned income tax credit. For example, if you make under $21,920 and you have 0 children, the IRS gives you $543. If you make under $48,108 and you have 1 child, the IRS gives you $3,618. If you make under $53,865 and you have 2 children, the IRS gives you $5,980. If you make under $57,414 and you have 3 children, then the IRS gives you $6,728. So basically, you end up not paying anything in taxes, and in reality, the IRS ends up giving you money. So that's the current system. The Worker Relief and Credit Reform Act, that would change the system. It would change the income requirements to go as high as $90,000 so that more people would qualify. In addition to expanding the program, it would also increase the benefit amounts to go up to $8,000 per household. The federal unemployment boost of $300 a week, that expires the first week of September. About 7.5 million Americans will still be collecting unemployment benefits at that time. After the federal unemployment benefits expire, people are still going to be eligible for state unemployment benefits. However, state benefits can be extremely low in certain states. In California, the average state unemployment benefit is $306 a week. In North Carolina, the average state unemployment benefit is $236 a week. So losing the $300 a week from federal unemployment benefits is going to make a big difference. 26 states decided to stop paying out the federal unemployment benefits before the September expiration. Residents in some of those states, they've been fighting back to get it reinstated. But anyways, those states, they wanted to stop paying out the federal unemployment benefits to encourage their residents to go back into the workforce. So here's what the data is showing. In the past 2 months, continuing unemployment claims are down 8% in states that discontinued the federal unemployment benefits. Continuing claims are up 3% in states that are continuing to pay out the federal unemployment benefits. Congress needs to raise the debt ceiling. Otherwise, America is going to run out of money. The government does not print money. The Federal Reserve does the printing. The Federal Reserve, they can print all the money they want, but they can't give it to the government if the government doesn't raise the debt ceiling. If the government doesn't raise the debt ceiling, then it can't borrow more money, and then they're going to run out of money. On Monday, the Treasury Department started emergency cash conservation steps. The government has enough cash on hand to cover about 2 months' worth of bills. The Treasury Department notified Congress that emergency measures have started. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi that the Treasury is going to stop payments to a variety of retirement funds. Yellen said, "I respectfully urge Congress to protect the full faith and credit of the United States by acting as soon as possible." Yellen told Pelosi that the trillions in federal spending is making it more difficult for how long the Treasury can sustain these extraordinary measures. Additionally, the fiscal infrastructure bill for $1 trillion and the human infrastructure bill for $3.5 trillion is expected to complicate our budget even further. In political news, the final text of the fiscal infrastructure bill was released. It is 2,702 pages long. So here's what's inside of it. $110 billion for roads and bridges, $73 billion for power infrastructure, $66 billion for trains, $65 billion for high-speed internet, $55 billion for clean water, $39 billion for public transport, $25 billion for airports, $21 billion for environmental restoration, $17 billion for ports, $7 billion vehicle charging. So there's more items, but those are the highlights. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wants to vote on this and pass it before they go on vacation. The politicians leave for vacation on August 9th. But the leader of the Republicans in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, says that he doesn't want to rush it. McConnell said, "Our full consideration of this bill must not be choked off by an artificial timetable that our Democratic colleagues may have penciled out for political purposes. But if they don't vote on it by August 9th, it's going to be a while before they pass it because the House of Representatives, they don't get back from vacation until September 20th. So I'm still keeping an eye out to see if the government is going to extend the CDC eviction protection. So right before the eviction protection expired over the weekend, the Democrats in Congress said they're going to take action to help renters. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said, "Our team is redoubling efforts to identify all available legal authorities to provide necessary protections. In the meantime, the president will continue to do everything in his power to help renters from eviction." A top economic aide to President Biden, Gene Sperling, said that President Biden has a strong desire and passion to extend the CDC eviction protection. Nancy Pelosi and Democratic leadership are telling President Biden to issue another extension. But President Biden says that he's going to leave an extension up to Congress. In international news, China is experiencing an outbreak because of the Delta variant. Millions of people in China have been placed under lockdown in more than 22 cities. Beijing is doing mass-scale testing. Non-essential travel has been restricted in areas as being reported. More than 1.2 million people in the Hunan province were ordered to stay home for 3 days as they roll out testing. A city official said the situation is grim and complicated. In current events, according to the CDC, America is now averaging 70,000 new cases a day. The states with the highest number of new cases per capita are Arkansas, Florida, Louisiana, and Mississippi. America is averaging 660,000 per day. This is actually up from 500,000 per day in July, but this is still much less than the 3 million per day in April. 70% of US adults have received at least one shot. Of 165 million Americans are now fully, which is approximately 50% of the total population. Dr. Paul Offit from the FDA says, "We need to have at least 80% of the population fully to truly have some form of herd immunity." President Biden has been calling on state and local officials to offer $100 cash payments to incentivize people to get. The CEO of Pfizer gave some updates about, according to their studies, based on 44,000 people, the CEO says it is most effective up to 2 months after receiving the second dose. Up until that point, it is 96.2% effective. After that, the protection declines 6% every 2 months. After 4 months, the protection falls to 84%. Dr. Scott Gottlieb, who led the FDA from 2017 to 2019, believes that booster shots will start in September to protect older people and people with compromised systems. Gottlieb says the booster shot will be a third dose of the existing. Gottlieb says the US government has purchased enough to give booster shots to all Americans. And I wanted to leave you with this interesting trend. Government data shows that the US birth rate fell dramatically in 2020. The biggest declines came in October, November, and December. The National Center for Health Statistics found that the birth rate fell by 4% in 2020 compared to 2019. In 2020, 3.6 million babies were born in America. This is 150,000 fewer compared to 2019. This is the biggest annual decline since 1973. This puts on par with catastrophes such as the Great Depression and World War II. That's the news for today. If you enjoyed today's report, please be sure to subscribe. I thank you for your support and I wish you a very nice day.